Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And I got a story for you where we're going to talk about the behemoth, one of the brick and mortar stores that's been able to maintain its presence even while the major competition that has destroyed many of our brick and mortar stores, malls, outlet malls, the behemoth Amazon, Target, and Walmart seems to have sustainability. However, Target's been in the news lately and has not been good news. One, Target decided to end its DEI program, and that has led to protests by Black leaders, Al Sharpton, etc. Secondarily, here recently on August the 11th, the second thing that happened to Target in Austin, Texas, where 3 people were shot and killed by Ethan Nietniker, who was found naked and claiming to be Jesus. This Ethan gentleman in the parking lot of a Target decided that he ended up shooting and killing a young child, her grandfather, and a store worker. That made the news. So there's been multiple protests against Target, especially for people of color, not to go and support and spend your hard-earned money in Target due to the elimination of the DEI programs. And then there was a recent shooting and killing right on the Target parking lot in Austin, Texas on August the 11th. And now we have a scenario that has to deal with medical insurance fraud. And typically when you think of that, you think of what? Doctors and hospitals that are participating in whether it's Medicaid, Medicare fraud. You hear stories about that all the time. But now you got a situation where some employees, several hundred allegedly, have gotten caught with their hand in the cookie jar in dealing with medical claims that were fraudulently submitted. So how did this happen in Chicago? In Chicago, we all know, has had its own plethora of issues, and now the Target in Chicago, they had to fire several hundred folks. And let's see what they were talking about. So hundreds of Chicago Target workers fired over alleged fraud, and how a computer glitch in the system led to at least $1 million stolen. $1 million. So you know Target's corporation is pissed about that. Hundreds of employees at a Target distribution hub in Chicago have been fired, news outlets report, after allegedly exploiting a glitch in the company's healthcare loan program, costing the retailer more than $1 million. So as I say, you always hear about medical insurance fraud, primarily through doctors and hospitals or from doctors and hospitals. But this is a medical insurance program that most corporate companies do have. And this one guy in particular found a glitch in the system, and then they went hog wire on deceiving and stealing, allegedly, from Target. According to Block Club Chicago, the flaw allowed workers, this is what the allegation is, or the scheme. The flaw allowed workers to borrow $3,000 and erase the balance after repaying just $50. Word of the loophole spread quickly through the Target Flow Center, and employees started joining in on the scheme. And you got to think, if they at this Target distribution center, you're talking about folks that's making between $18 and $23, $24 an hour. Not a whole lot of money. And people are tired of corporate greed, and some believe that if there's a way that they could take something from corporate America and get away with it, they may make that human attempt. But these individuals got their hand caught in the cookie jar. Things that are done in the dark will come to the light. So this guy, Charles Thrush, who first reported the story, says one person found a glitch in the system and encouraged others to cash in, turning the scheme into a personal payday. He would charge $200 to $300 basically for all these people to get these loans. So you have one individual who knew where the glitch was, and then he started promoting this, and he would charge these folks $200 to $300. Remember, they're getting $3,500 back, right? $3,000 back. So he would charge $200 to $300 basically for all these people to get their loans. Thrush estimates that between 400 and 700 workers were fired over a 2-week period from the end of July into August of this year. 400 to 700, almost 1,000 folks were involved in this scheme. Now you can see where it cost over $1 million. Target has not confirmed the exact number of the terminations, but said in a statement to both news outlets, following an internal investigation, we have terminated team members found to be in violation of our company's code of ethics. So one thing you got to remember is that just when you think all things that come so easy end up burning you in the end, Target has not become this behemoth brick and mortar store without internal audits and internal blockades to prevent this kind of thing from happening. There can be glitches, but eventually the technology folks at Target, the auditing folks at Target, they were going to find out and catch up with this. So, for the Target employees involved, it's unclear whether criminal charges will follow. I think there will definitely be $3,000. I don't know what it is in the state of Illinois. It's either $3,000 or $5,000 in theft turns into a felony. But remember, Chicago has that Safety Act, where if you commit a minor crime, you can get out under your own recognizance. So even if these folks get charged and then stole $3,000, they're going to get a court date, a slap on the wrist, and we'll see what these liberal laws in the state of Illinois under J.B. Pritzker, how they will affect these individuals caught up in this alleged theft. Block Club Chicago reports the scheme may have cost over $1 million to Target. In Illinois, healthcare fraud is typically prosecuted as a Class 4 felony. That's what I was just saying, but many times it's based on the amount of theft, carrying penalties of up to 3 years in prison and fines of as much as $25,000 for individuals, according to the law firm Dorsey and Wheeland. But here again, remember, if they only, each individual, those 400 to 700 folks only stole about $3,000. Luckily, they did it in the state of Illinois, which has this liberal law called the Safety Act, and they will not be sending these people to prison, in my opinion. Healthcare fraud isn't limited to corporate benefits programs. It's not limited. The FBI estimated costs the U.S. tens of billions of dollars each year, with schemes ranging from double billing, submitting multiple claims for the same service, to phantom billing for services never provided, or what's called upcoding, where providers bill for more expensive procedures than those actually performed. Well, that's where you see where the doctors and the hospitals get in trouble with this kind of insurance fraud. You don't see this in individual people per se. These practices can drive up costs for businesses, insurers, and consumers. Some former workers told WGN News they were blindsided by the terminations. Really? If you got $3,000 by paying someone a couple of $100 for false medical claims, you didn't think that you would get caught and be terminated? So they insisted they thought they were taking advantage of a benefit that offered fast cash. That's just a blatant excuse and ignorance. which they would repay over time. Others said they were shocked to learn a fraud scheme was happening at all. So that's probably from the people that didn't participate in it. And easy money can come chasing the bag by any means necessary in today's society can have consequences and repercussions. He says, I know they're hiring extremely mad right now. Every Tuesday and Friday, you see new classes and new faces, like every single day. Target employee Matthew Clark told WGN News, they're definitely paying enough to where you shouldn't even have to worry about trying to steal. So this Matthew Clark guy feels that they are being compensated well enough as an employee that you shouldn't even need to steal. Well, many times theft isn't partially is based on economics, but also partially based on immaturity and trying to find the easy way out. These folks that stole from Target's a behemoth. What's Target's competition? Walmart. And we know all the chaos and disruption that's taking place at Walmart. Fights in Walmarts, as videos have been done about that all the time. But Target and Walmart are the competing brick and mortar stores. And of course, Amazon is the behemoth of all of them. But in another similar situation where outside of doctors, in this situation at Target, you got to remember there was an NBA scandal with medical insurance fraud, where a few guys from ex-NBA players have now been convicted and sentenced to prison. Glenn Big Baby Davis, who went to LSU, he got sentenced to 40 months in prison for medical insurance fraud. Will Bynum got 18 months. Keon Dooling, who went to Mizzou back in the day, got 30 months. And of course, Sebastian Telfair got 6 months. That is the young man who came out of high school out of New York City and is Stephon Marbury's cousin. So you're seeing fraud or medical insurance fraud all the way across the board. It's happening in corporate America. It's happening at hospitals and doctors' offices. And now you even see it. And these guys have made millions of dollars. I keep saying theft is not always about the money or the economic part of it. Many times it's just about the ease of knowing that you think that you can get away with it. And you had several NBA players that got caught up in medical insurance fraud and actually got sent to prison. We'll have to see how this works out with these 400 to 700 employees that stole at least $3,000 on a medical insurance fraud claim from Target. They got terminated, and we'll see what happens. Tell me what you think.